All right. So, Chantel and I were talking about colorism and how both of us are viewed with our different colors. I was like I would be considered light skinned, brown, whatever you want to call me, and and Chantel is and Chantel is dark skinned. So there's different things that we experience obviously when we're going through things. So
I think we're going to use the reference as our job and our position to kind of correlate to how I feel like colorism is being shown with the both of us.
yeah, exactly, because it's a lot of it's a lot of different things that we deal with in the workplace, and it just depends on basically who's who's making these decisions when they look at us. And it's it can be troubling, let alone traumatizing for the both of us, and for like people that struggle with where we are. And so me, like, even though I am like lighter skinned than her, and I have like I have other, like, I have certain privileges that Chantel does not. I've dealt with different things as far as colorism is concerned, and it really for me starts at home, because like my whole family is light skinned, like predominantly,
Yeah.
especially this set of my, like, of the family that I'm a part of genetically.
Yeah.
I am the dark. I was like, I am actually one of, as far as blood relative is concerned, I'm the darkest. I like, to the point where when I was younger and we would go to like tropical places, because we traveled a lot.
Yeah.
And we go to these warm, beautiful places. And I will never forget, I think we were in Cabo. We were at this condo that my grandfather had in Cabo at one point. And we came back in from like having dinner. I swam all day. I was at the beach. I was having a good time. We ate dinner. We came back. So, we came in back into the condo. And it was pretty dark in the condo. There was just like one little light or whatever, and I went to go sit on the couch, like, and and it was kind of dark, whatever it was. And my grandfather was just like, I can't even see you in there. Just because of the simple fact, when I'm in the sun, I was just like, I tan. I was like I tan very well, to where I can be pretty brown. I'm very brown when I tan. Like, if I'm in the sun for a very long time, yeah, I can't become very brown. And to them, they kind of gave me a complex growing up, like, that these comments weren't being made to their other kids, and I noticed that.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, oh, it's because I'm dark. It's like because I'm darker skinned. Even in a family photo, there's a family photo. And the problem is like there's always like light reflecting off our like the light faces. There's a family photo. All their faces are like light, like reflecting off their faces, and mine just even toned brown. Even toned brown. Mm. And it's it's one of those things. It's like you don't really notice it until you see me around my other relatives. Mm-hmm. Yeah, then you'll be like, oh, I get it now. My aunt is one thing because of the simple fact I'm closer to her skin complexion, and the reason is because of her mother, my great grandmother.
Yeah,
I'm closer to my great grandmother's skin complexion.
Yeah,
that's what I'm closer to.
Yeah,
and it makes sense because it skipped my mother. Mm-hmm. Skip my grandmother. So of course probably would hit me to be dark, to be darker, even with my father being very light himself. My father is very light, and I'm still darker than both of my parents.
Yeah,
still. And it does kind of give you a complex because colorism does run deep.
Yeah.
It's not because I don't recognize my privilege. It's just because it's just that I also have dealt with things that have really molded who I am to make me feel like giving me these complexes and to make me view myself as not as beautiful.
Yeah.
Or not as good looking or not as desirable. Mm-hmm. And I understand when you say that, I get it. You know what I mean? Maybe not to the same effect, you know what I mean? But I get but I understand and I get that.
Well, not at all, but your features are not undesirable at all.
Huh?
But
that's what I'm saying. It's not to that effect.
Yeah.
It's not to that effect. And it's just like but this is like even that alone has still affected this.
Yeah.
And it's just like it doesn't change the damage that has been done. Mm-hmm. Even by the people that are closest to me. And it's just like even when I would deal with things like, at school, things would happen, you know what I'm saying, or whatever the case may be, and they would always put me to be like so like out of control and everything else, and I was just like I was none of those things. I was just like I pushed back on authority.
That's because you went to a predominantly white school.
Yeah. And my grandparents just, went along with everything that they would say. Like, oh, you were just being this way. And I'm like, and you all would demonize me. And wouldn't even protect me against your own children who were lighter than me. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I would, I recognize that. That's the biggest difference with the issues I have with my grandparents. Is that
colorism is definitely a scale. And what I mean by colorism is a scale is if you are not Caucasian, you fit on a scale of where colorism is. Now, depending on where you're at in the scale, do you have more privilege than others? But you still also may face discrimination and racism.
Always.
Maybe not as much, but always. And you will always face that because no matter what, in their eyes, you are not white. Now, what we want to really kind of discuss is kind of colorism in the black community.
That's where I'm coming from.
Because that is a very big issue. It's a trait that we inherited from our colonizers. And that is a problem. Now, to better explain LW as far as he is on the darker side of his family. But if we had the brown paper bag test.
I'm literally the paper bag. I'm literally the paper bag.
I think you're lighter than the paper bag.
I'm not.
You're light skinned with freckles.
Yeah,
and
but I've
you can see the freckles.
And
freckles are darker.
My freckles are darker. They are. They're not light.
You're not light skinned, but you are lighter than the paper bag.
I'm not lighter than the
and
paper
I think
bag.
Maybe in the sun you can be the paper bag.
You can get a paper bag.
Go get a paper bag.
I don't think we have one. This is a funny moment. Oh yeah, we broke, y'all. Anyway, at the moment we broke.
No, well, listen. we're financially stable and secure, but our pockets are empty.
Pockets empty. We're good. Pockets empty. Stomach full. But pockets empty. I'm telling you that.
We're straight, but suffering.
Yeah, at the same time. And
but I think with a lot of with our job, because I am definitely on a darker side. And
oh yes, definitely. And I'm not saying that to be as a bad thing.
No.
I'm saying that as just like I know that
our job in certain positions favor the lighter
yeah,
skinned people.
Yeah, even over me. Because like the people that are lighter than me, they still prefer them over me.
Yeah. But you get preferred over me. Like even they was gonna throw you in a position that I was sitting there going.
They were trying to. They were trying to.
Yeah.
And it's just like, you know, I wasn't for that. I was like, I didn't like that. They didn't even talk to me about Crazy Time. The only reason, the only reason they put me in Crazy Time, or try to put me in that position, excuse me, is that it's because of the simple fact of how I handled, the way I handled, a situation, because they liked it, because clearly I can.
And you fit the mood.
Yeah.
Because everybody after me has also been the mood.
Yeah, and I can also handle irate players. Both of us can very well. It's like it's second nature. I ain't got no problems with the players mostly. The ones that get, and even with the ones that try to get wise, what do? The other players that know me, they'll be like, "Bro, you need to chill out."
So it's like, and I kind of noticed that.
Mm-hmm.
Like even that position, and it's like that. It starts to be even at my age, like very apparent, and no matter what position I go to, and it's like here in America, no matter what, if it's our colonizer or it's our own people,
right? And here it's like
initially it's judged off appearance, colorism.
Yep.
And not only that, do I have to deal with colorism, I have to deal with, is this possibly an angry, bitter bitch syndrome?
Right.
So, just already approached with a bunch of negativity. But I think even though you have experienced it, I really think that a lot of the times, like, you do, like, know how it is on my end, but, like, a lot of times I don't really think you realize how it is, like, on this side.
I can't, the thing is, I can't.
Yeah.
I can't. And the thing about it is, the only thing I can do...
Like I said, even when we're together, like, when we have a podcast about how people react to us when we're together, like, you really don't see the difference, the reactions between me and you.
Yeah, and I remember we talked about this before. And the thing is, I always think of just the simple fact that we're two black people together.
Yeah.
Like, and it's just like, and it's not that I don't see our differences in color, because I do. Yeah. And it's not that I don't. It's just a simple fact we're both black people out here, just, you know what I'm saying, just existing together. Yeah. And so, like, that alone.
But that's what you see.
Yeah.
It's not what we see.
Yeah, that's not.
I don't see color like
I know.
It's not what we see. It's what they see and
how they treat us both, and might treat us differently.
Yeah.
Now that I can see, and when I see it, I'm like, oh, this is some shit. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. When I see it, I'm so caught up in. I think with me, I get caught up in the fact that it's just both of us, our black asses, sitting here dealing in this white situation, and I'm just sitting here trying to protect us both.
And the thing about it is, like, I'm gorgeous. You're handsome. Like, it's, not saying that if I didn't look a certain aesthetic, that would be all right. But there's no reason why I should be receiving a lot of the treatment that I receive. But it's just based off of my color.
Yeah, but they treat you better when you're with me. And I know that.
Yeah.
And I know that.
Yeah.
Because they clearly know I don't play that shit.
I mean, number 1, they probably like, okay, she's with a black man, so that means something.
And they don't.
But they don't see me.
Right. They won't.
They still see you.
Yeah. And that's
what I be trying to explain to you.
That's the issue. And that's what I'm missing. That's the part I'm missing. Like I'm okay with missing that, because it's just like, okay, you know what I'm saying? This is the blind spot that I have.
Yeah. And
I can see that.
And it's like knowing just the wonderful person that I am, and I just constantly just get overshadowed, and it's not your fault, and it's not your fault at all, and it's not your doing. You clearly see who I am,
right?
But
I can't make people see who you are. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Overall, no matter what no matter what I do as a black man, as powerful as I am, you know what I'm saying? In a white man's world.
You know what I think really though? It does matter that you're with me. Just that representation stands for a whole lot.
It does.
On rather how they see me.
Yeah. No, it does. Representation matters. And that's been my example my whole life.
Yeah.
Because that's what I saw my grandparents were doing what it is that they were supposed to do. My grandfather had his job. My grandfather's a nice looking guy. You know what I'm saying?
As a black couple.
Yeah, it's like black couple, black excellence doing what it is. My grandmother was a trophy wife. You know what I'm saying? Essentially. I
don't like that word, because when you say trophy wife, you diminish the woman like she's nothing but good.
Oh no.
And his mom, grandma. Not that.
Oh no, she's not. No, what I'm saying is, it's just like looking on the outside, looking in.
Yeah.
From the outside, it looks like she would be a trophy wife.
Because she is not that.
No, she is not a trophy wife. It's like not in any bit of the sense. My grandfather has nothing but high respect and love for my grandfather. My grandfather's come at me about me saying something, like anything, even a little bit.
The woman she is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, she raised me. Okay, she raised a psychopath. Me.
Oh.
Okay.
But
I love my grandmother dearly. I really do.
But they also fit the mold.
Yeah. Yeah, she fits the mold of trophy wife. She lived the life of trophy wife. Even because she even worked during those times, and most of the time she did it was because my grandfather was in having some financial issues. Mm-hmm. So she went to work to ease it up on him, so that she wouldn't have to worry about him doing stuff for her. Yeah. Like she went to by choice to go back to work. Mm-hmm. She didn't put more pressure on him. She was like, no, don't worry about it. I'm just going to go back to work. He didn't ask her to. Mm-hmm. He never asked her to go back to work. She just went back to work when he was taught, because he talks to her about it. He talked to her about everything, finances, all of it. Yeah. And she would be like, well, I'm just going to go. I was like, I'm going to go get a job. So it's just like, I'm just going to make some money for myself for a little bit. No big deal. I was just like, because I want you to focus on getting us out of this. And because that's what you need right now, is to get us out of this. If I have to sit here and have a job to sit here to cover, to cover for myself and whatever, you know what I mean?
I don't know. Somebody like me would never hold that title. As an initial look upon, it would never be considered as, oh, that's his trophy wife.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but a lot of people would look at her that way, and it's just like how I grew up and how she was she was my grandmother, absolutely one of the most beautiful women I've ever seen in my life. Yeah. She still is. She's one of the most beautiful women that's ever graced this earth. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? She is. She lived lavish. She lives lavishly, like not in an overbearing way to where she's like, look at me, this this type of thing. She's like, this woman went to an all white sports club, tennis club, you know what I mean, playing with white women, fraternizing, chilling, building relationships with these women for years. You know what I'm saying? That she played tennis with. She played tennis with these women for like 20 years at least, until she didn't play anymore.
But that also goes back to what we consider a trophy wife. We consider a trophy wife of any woman that has colonizer features, and that's where I come in.
Well, you're talking about just like you're talking about physical
and
features.
colorism.
Well, exactly.
That plays a role into that.
Yeah, and my grandmother, yes, my grandmother is light complected. She is lighter than me. We're like we're similar. You know what I'm saying? The only reason we're similar is because I do look like her.
Yeah.
That's it. I look like her. I look like her. I look like my mother. My mother looks like her mother. I look like her mother too.
Yeah.
That's it. Like, if you see me and her together with our glasses on, you'd be like, oh my God. It's like, yeah. I look like her.
Yeah.
So.
You did.
I look like my grandmother. No big deal. And, she has always just been this person to be like, yo, this is who I am. You know what I'm saying? But I'm still doing the things that I'm going to, that I want to do. Mm-hmm. Because the situation calls for me to do more.
Yeah, because even though society has knocked me down to this, I am this. And that's how I feel. Even though society has knocked me down to this, I am actually this. But I gotta constantly prove who I am.
Right. Black women always do. Y'all have to
and I definitely gotta work extra hard at being nice, because the ABW trope is so played out. Not even gonna lie, it's so 20th century to me. That is so 20th century. It is. But that's what everybody rides.
And it's crazy that they still go with that in almost 2026. Like, I'm sorry. It's so untrue. It's so untrue. It really Are black women pissed off? Hell the fuck yes.
Why wouldn't we be?
Yes. Y'all are pissed off. For sure.
In every aspect. No matter what I do, I'm demonized. Why wouldn't I be pissed off?
Y'all are pissed off. And I get it.
But we're still very loving, and we do not hold it against you, because once again, in history, when anybody wanted a revolution, it was always a black woman by your side.
Always. Black women were always there to lead, to help lead the charge, making sure the niggas were sitting there. I'm like, nigga, what the fuck you doing? No. Like, the fuck is wrong with you? And that's how
it was supposed to be. When we did that, you put us on, but nobody put us on.
No. You know what? The Black Panthers.
Every last one of us.
The Black Panthers valued black women's voices. They knew your all's voice. Black Panthers understood that. They did. The ones that they.
I don't know, because it's like two different stories about the Black Panthers.
I know.
And a lot of the women were coming out and saying how they still was oppressed as women in the Black Panther. So I don't know about that. Like, the image is portrayed, no.
Yeah.
But it's been stories coming out, so I don't.
It's definitely conflicting.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And the only reason why I believe the conflicting is because of this. No matter what part, yeah.
It's still
no matter what party, no matter what religion,
it's still
you still have men.
Niggas. You still got niggas.
Oppressed women.
You got niggas. Sorry, you got niggas.
Exactly.
You got niggas. All the way niggas. And niggas are gonna sit there and beat the fuck out of niggas.
Exactly.
They gonna beat the fuck out of
Exactly. So to me,
it's like, bitch, shut up.
The stories have some kind of,
Yeah.
validation to it.
There's definitely
just because I know how man is, and
Right.
not just man, one men and one man and man.
Yes.
So just knowing how man is, it sounds like a little bit of validation in those stories.
There's definitely validation. There's definitely,
And every religion and every party, every cult, we have all witnessed the same thing. It has always been a patriarchy, a superiority with the males and the females. Every last one of them. So why not in the Black Panthers?
Mm-hmm.
Think about it. Even the cults. If you don't try the sides, I freaking baked the yams and I did nice boil on the string beans. And all you doing is just tearing the chicken up.
You gotta share the piece.
And she said,
This is like a piece. Yeah. We'll share. I'm not even kidding.
and in the middle of the podcast, y'all, I made some mustard chicken.
Mm-hmm. As good as fuck.
Clearly in the middle of the podcast. This one. I guess we going in colorism right here.
What?
And you smacking.
look, Black folks, we deal with colorism. All of us deal with colorism in different ways. We need to acknowledge the fact that we all deal with colorism in different ways, and it affects
The
us
problem is when we do it with ourselves. We know
Yes.
it exists in our world, but we have to recognize it amongst ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
That is the meaning of this one. It needs to be resolved in our own community.
Yeah. This is something, it definitely needs to be resolved.
It definitely is out in the world, but we should not be practicing. We're not cattle, baby.
And we also need to realize that colorism affects even non-Black folks who are non-white and their own communities.
Well, that's from the colonizers.
Mm-hmm.
It's around the world, but that's something that we should not practice because we're better than them.
Mm-hmm. We are.
We are, and smarter than them.
Mm-hmm.
Something wrong with them, I'm telling you.